Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be picking up more than just one vehicle to work on. We're going to be picking up two, along with the one that we picked up last week. So stay tuned for this video. You're going to love what we're going to be pulling out from this location. So sit back and enjoy the footage. Now these two vehicles are in two different kind of conditions. One's really close to being restored, where we can do just a little bit of work and get it on the road. The other vehicle is going to need almost everything done to it to get it back to condition where it's like factory. As you can see, I brought a bunch of tools with us so that we can get this vehicle loaded up. Right now we have to get into the trunk, see if there's anything in there. I know that the key is missing. This vehicle has been neglected for a long time, so there's really not much to be able to be saved from it interior wise. But once again, that trunk will actually see if there's any of those plastic panels still in there. That way we can actually maybe refurbish them and get them back in there. So we're going to be trying to get this red one onto the trailer at this point. Now this Trans Am has been sitting for such a long time, the rear end is completely locked up as they're using the forklift to kind of push over the vehicle just enough to get it on the flatbed. And we're going to try and slide it up there. Just seeing how much work has to go into these vehicles is just crazy. But this is what happens when they do sit for a while. But we're going to make sure we get them back into the condition where they're actually like factory, and if not better. Right now those plastics are underneath the wheels in the back because the rear end is completely locked up. They said that they thought it was possibly the brakes, but we'll be showing you later on what the real issue was. But right now we just need to get it on the trailer and get it back to the area that we're going to be working on these vehicles at. Now we're kind of giving it just a little bit of a shove over gently, all three of us shaking it at once to try and get it over, and giving it the last little bit of crank to get it back onto this flatbed. Alright, we got it on the trailer and we're on our way back to our location, and then we're going to unload this one and we got to head back and get the other one. Now keep in mind, this was a really far drive, and this trailer was a donation / borrow from a friend. We're really grateful for it. We had a little mishap with one of the tires, and I'm glad we had a spare, but that's a whole nother story. Now if you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you for joining in. If you aren't, I'm glad you're still here with me. I've been restoring cars for a little over 11 years now, and I'm still working my way up to a bigger shop. I'm still working in my garage, and that's okay. Life gives you a bunch of things to handle, and I'm just going to keep on pushing through it. And with these cars, I hope I can keep putting my name in the automotive world, showing what I can do with cars that are really far gone. Now we're going to go and pick up the other car that I showed you, which I am really excited about, which we're going to be building a lot of cool things over the next year or so. I'm sorry if the process has been a little bit slower on my channel. Life and health and everything else like that has been just so jam-packed this year with everything going on, finances and everything else like that. I'm still trying to find a way to keep pushing these vehicles out there at the level that I want to, with the help that I can get. And I always appreciate you guys stopping by and watching any of my videos. It helps me keep producing these things. I'm still not monetized, and that's okay. We're going to keep putting out videos to keep on helping you guys learn anything that I come across. I want you guys to see just the raw footage of it, not the glorified stuff. Like even right now, as you see, we just got into this trunk. They lost the keys, and I can't even remember the last time the other guy said he was inside of this trunk. He didn't even have the keys anymore, and this thing was stored outside with the windows down, everything pulled out of the interior, cats running in and out of it, and it's been sitting in their yard for about 20 years. And what I mean by yard, I mean shop. And I talked to one of the workers, and they said this thing's been around a long time, and it came in on a trade from a previous owner, so I don't even know how long it's been sitting without even running either. So we're going to keep on just chipping away, seeing what we have left, between how much massive rust I found and what I can do to keep getting it ready for roadworthiness. Good thing is there is a lot of panels in here that can be salvaged because they're just the plastic interior panels. I might be able to recondition them, but if they're all too bent out of shape from being stacked, we'll just get some new ones or some replacement ones. There's plenty of Firebirds, Trans Ams, and Camaros out there. That'll be a perfect donor part, and we'll be able to get the parts that we need off of that. And that way, when we're going through it, we'll keep the budget down, and we'll be bringing up the quality at the same exact time. Found some mystery bags of bolts and stuff like that. I honestly think it's the hardware for the T-top, so we'll be able to look through that and see if there's some clips in there for the framing of the T-top. Now this is part of the T-top area where we're going to be reusing this actual molding, trim, or frame, whatever way you want to phrase it. That way we can actually make it functional again, because obviously they were stowed in the trunk when they started to pull it apart. As you can see, I'm pretty much just sifting through the inside of this trunk. I'm like, I honestly don't know what I'm going to pull out first. I'm kind of just enjoying seeing what kind of mysteries are in there. Just another mystery Ziploc bag full of rust. That's great. But as you can see, I'm just going to keep on looking through. I'm not too sure how much I'm really going to be reusing. I mean, here's some of the covers for those aftermarket rims. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a game plan together and see where I want to put all of these parts from the inside trunk. Because honestly, some of this stuff is a little bit too beat up to be getting it to the level that we want to use. Again, unfortunately. We'll see what we could sell and maybe actually repurpose. But as you can see, we went back for the other car the next day. This time we were in even more of a rush. We were just trying to get everything in and out. We were just trying to make sure it was a quick and easy process to get this vehicle back on the trailer and we can get on the road for our long drive. Especially with this one, it doesn't have as much weight in it. As the drivetrain is completely ripped out already from it, we're going to be pretty much hoisting this on by ourselves. With this winch from Harbor Freight, we just pretty much went and picked it up that morning, and unfortunately, as you could tell with Harbor Freight stuff, the thing was already breaking before we even got the car on there. But we just needed to make it work long enough to get the vehicle on, and we didn't need to worry about how we were going to get it off. Right now we're just going to be cranking it on nice and slow, making sure we steer it on and get it onto that area where we can just even it out. Then we'll strap it down and get it ready for its long haul home. Alright, we're just a little out of square for this right now, so I'm going to get in there, crank the steering wheel, and then we'll make sure we get it nice and centered again. As you can see here, we wedged the front with a block, and we're going to keep on just cranking this back until we have it all the way on there. Now with this 1981 formula, it doesn't have its original motor and everything like that, so I am really going to do something really cool with this vehicle. So stay tuned on this channel, and it's going to be a really cool badass resto mod. It's going to take a little bit of time and some really good fabrication, but it's going to be on its way and hopefully get into another auction in about a year. So stay tuned, I'm going to try and get it done. And now this is going to be one of the 3 that I'm going to be building on this channel. I might be only videoing 2 out of the 3 getting built, but we are going to be building 3 of these F-bodies this year. Yes, I know we don't have an electric winch, and it would have really helped in this moment, but this isn't our trailer at this moment, and then when we get our own trailer, we'll be putting on some other stuff to make it a little easier to be loading vehicles. As this was really good for just landscaping, you don't really need to be winched on. But with this scenario, it was perfect for what we needed. It was a great borrow. We're very thankful for it. But like I said, this manual winch broke on us halfway loading up this vehicle. Very lucky that I even got on there. Now this vehicle is in decent shape to make a pretty good resto mod as it sits already, but there's still a lot of rust that has to be repaired first, and then we can do a lot of the cool customizations. But as you can see, I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to do on this channel as I keep building it. However, the customization I might keep secret on how I build some of the stuff, as I do not want people fully replicating my style of the customization. I mean, if they figure out how to do it themselves, that's fine. But in this moment, I am considering making some molds of what I'm going to be making. So then that way I can just keep reproducing and putting the new reproduced panels on other F-bodies of what I'm making. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested, subscribe and leave a like. Right now we're trying to rock it back and forth. As weird as that sounds, as you can see, it's actually inching it over slightly at the same time. So there's about 2 or 3 of us moving this vehicle as we're rolling it back at the same time with the winch, trying to just scoot that tire over just a little bit more over on that plank so we can be as even as we can before we actually bracket this thing down and tie it down and keep it nice and safe for the drive home. Now we're going to load it up on the trailer, fold up those ramps. I'm going to tie down anything I want with this rope. Make sure the hood doesn't fling open because it doesn't have the best lock mechanism in the front. So we'll make sure that that's tied down. I took the T-tops off because you never know if they're actually going to hold the whole way home. I put them inside the actual vehicle that we're driving in that's pulling the trailer. And this way, you know, we keep moving forward and making sure nothing flies off because I want to try and save as many parts as I can that are worthy. Alright guys, this seems like a great place to end this video. If you want to see the next part of this, the journey back with this vehicle, hearing the whole story of what happened with the trailer on the way home, and getting these vehicles ready to be built. Thanks again guys, and stay tuned.